Part 1. Welcome to the Perkins.
Jensen? Jensen! Go clean out room 24! We have a vacancy!
Mrs. Plumb yells as I wheel the almost full trash cart across the parking lot.
On it, Mrs. P!
I shout, turning the cart around and heading for the other side of the motel. Perkins Place Motel and Supper Club, a home away from home. Not that I have a home other than the Perkins. I live in one of the employee rooms connected to the main office. 6 of them are back there. Mine's the only one occupied. Not that I get lonely. Not at the Perkins. Nope. At the Perkins, we are always full. Always.
Where's my room?
Mr. Robinson shouts at me from the middle of the parking lot. The old guy turns in a slow circle, shading his eyes from the noonday sun. Then he stops when he catches my eye.
Hey, you! Kid! Where's my room? Not really a kid, Mr. Robinson,
I say as I stop the trash cart next to him.
Been working here all my life. That's so. You look like a kid to me. How old are you?
Mr. Robinson and I have this conversation a lot, probably 3 or 4 times a week. He's lived here at the Perkins longer than I've been working here. I just smile and play along.
I am 57, Mr. Robinson,
I say.
Do you want me to help you to your room, sir? Help? Why would I need help? I know where my damn room is.
The old man swats at me, his palm slapping my shoulder. There's no strength or force in the slap. It's like an empty glove smacking my body.
Okay then, you have a nice day, sir. And just in case you were wondering, you are in room 36. I am? Where the hell is that?
Mr. Robinson turns in a slow circle again.
All these damn rooms look the same.
In his defense, it can be a little confusing here at the Perkins.
Well, it's right there, sir.
I point at the 2-story row of 20 rooms at the far end of the parking lot.
The Perkins is a horseshoe, Mr. Robinson, and you live at the top of the horseshoe. Top of the horseshoe? What in the hell does that mean? Is there a 4-leaf clover too? A pot of gold?
He leans in and sneers at me, looking me up and down.
Are you a leprechaun, son? You gonna grant me a wish? Because if you are, I wish to get the hell out of this horrible place. Can you make that happen, you short Irish bastard?
Oh, I'm Swedish, sir. Jensen. It's Swedish.
Like the meatballs?
I suppose so, yeah. Like the meatballs. Mr. Robinson's sneer increases, and I worry that it'll harm himself.
Got lost in one of those Swedish furniture stores once,
he says, his eyes wild and bugged out.
They never did find my body.
I laugh. Mr. Robinson is a funny guy.
I can walk you to your room if you'd like.
His sneer drops, and he looks about, suddenly fearful. Scratching at the 3-day-old stubble on his chin, he takes in the entire motel.
I don't like this place. Where's my room? Where's room 36?
Okay, Mr. Robinson, I'll go over it for you one more time. I chuckle, knowing I'll go over it with him a lot more than that.
The Perkins is a horseshoe. You already said that, damn it. Tell me something I don't know.
All right. I clear my throat and launch right in. There are 20 rooms on the west side, including the 2nd floor. 20 rooms on the east side, including the 2nd floor. And 20 rooms at the horseshoe's end, including the 2nd floor. Each has 10 rooms up and 10 rooms down. I take a breath and quickly continue before the old gentleman can start objecting. Now, most motels have a 2 in front of the room number because it's on the 2nd floor. Not the Perkins, nope. We got 1s on one side and 2s on the other side, 3s at the end. Upstairs has 2 1s or 2 2s or 2 3s. Took me a bit to figure out that room 11 is actually the first room on the bottom level of the west side, with room 111 directly above it. Room 21 is the first room on the east side, with room 221 above that. That's why we call them Building 1, Building 2, and Building 3.
Why are you telling me this? I already know that,
Mr. Robinson says and smacks the air.
Go do your work, kid. That trash stinks.
Oh, sorry about that, Mr. Robinson. I was going to the dumpsters when Mrs. Plumb said there was a vacancy in room 24, so I'm heading there to clean it out for the next guest. Mr. Robinson stares at me so hard, I worry if he's having a seizure. I heard once that people can have seizures without falling down and shaking all over. They just sort of go away for a moment. Have you ever heard of that, people in my head? Mr. Robinson snaps to and shakes his head.
A vacancy? Here? At the Perkins?
He's back to scratching his chin stubble.
Can't quite remember the last time that happened.
6 years ago next week, I say. The Bertleby twins.
Oh, right. Them.
He winces.
Damn shame what happened to them.
Then he turns and wanders off, heading in the wrong direction. I'd correct him, but he can use the exercise. Gotta keep those old bones and joints healthy.
You have a wonderful day, Mr. Robinson.
He grunts and farts, but doesn't turn back. Such a character. We got a lot of those here at the Perkins. But you already know that, don't you? Whistling a tuneless little ditty, I get back to it and push the cart out of the parking lot and onto the cement walkway that runs the length of each motel section.
A vacancy.
I mumble while pulling a key set from my belt, hunting for the motel's master room key.
Vacancy.
I have one of those super cool keychains with that retractable line thing, so if I drop my keys, they just zip back to my belt. It happens in the blink of an eye. It's really something. Pull, drop, zip. Pull, drop, zip. Fun.
What's this about a vacancy?
Miss Wanamaker asks, sticking her head out of room 22.
Hello, Miss Wanamaker.
I wave, letting my keys drop. Zip. I laugh.
Stop playing with yourself and tell me what happened,
she says, but not unkindly. No, Miss Wanamaker is a nice lady. She was in her early 30s when she arrived here, still looking fine in her 50s. I'd ask her out, since we're close in age, but Mrs. Plumb says it's against Perkins' policy for employees to fraternize with the guests, which doesn't make sense, since she fraternizes with Mr. Grogan in room 117 every Thursday night.
You're doing it again, Jensen,
Miss Wanamaker says.
Spacing off. Just talking to the people in my head, Miss Wanamaker.
I glance at the door to room 24.
To be honest, I'm not fully sure what happened yet. Gonna have to go inside and check it all out. Mrs. Plumb wants it cleaned up and ready immediately. Immediately? Is a new guest arriving today?
I shrug.
Could be. You know how the Perkins can be. Always wanting the rooms to be full.
Yes, I know how the Perkins can be. She pulls her head back into her room and closes the door.
Bye, Miss Wanamaker,
I call out. Then I pull on my keys, find the master room key, and slip it into room 24's lock.
Hey, Jensen!
I let go of the key, leaving it in the lock, and turn to the familiar voice.
Oh, hi there, Mr. Caldwell. How's your day going so far?
A young man, younger than me by a couple of decades, shakes his head.
Jensen, man, come on. Call me Jerry. I keep telling you that. Right, yes. Sorry about that, Mr. Caldwell. But Mrs. Plumb insists all employees call guests by their last name. It's the polite thing to do. Screw polite. We're all in this together, right? Call me Jerry. Okay, Jerry.
I wince and scratch at the back of my neck.
Nope. Sorry, Mr. Caldwell. It just doesn't feel right coming out of my mouth. Okay, Jensen. You do you, man.
He eyes room 24.
I hear there's a vacancy. Any idea who the new guest might be? Oh, no guest yet, Mr. Caldwell. I haven't even had a chance to clean the room up. Gotta get on that right away.
I hope he gets the hint, but knowing Mr. Caldwell, he won't. Just like the people in my head, Mr. Caldwell always has his own agenda. Not that Mr. Caldwell is in my head. Where would he even fit? I laugh.
Something funny, Jensen? Oh, what? No, just thinking about the people. And which people are that, man?
I tap my temple.
Right.
He clears his throat and gives me a wink.
Listen, Jensen, I need you to put in a good word for me with Mrs. Plumb, okay?
A good word, Mr. Caldwell?
Yeah, a good word.
He looks around and licks his lips. I'm not sure what he's looking for. He leans in.
The folks here are old, you know what I mean?
I do. Yes, Mr. Caldwell. Except for Annie Freed. She's not old. And then there's...
Yeah, I get it. But still, it'd be great if maybe we got some more younger folks as guests. It'd be even greater if a young lady were to stay here. Are you catching what I'm throwing, Jensen?
You haven't thrown anything, sir. Mr. Caldwell opens his mouth then shuts it and shakes his head.
Just ask Mrs. Plumb if she'll let a hot young woman move in, okay? A little fresh blood.
Fresh blood. Okay, got it. I nod. Mentioning blood makes me glance at room 24.
Anything else, Mr. Caldwell? Yeah. My toilet is clogged again. So can you swing by and help me out with that later?
Of course, Mr. Caldwell, of course.
Thanks, Jensen. You're the best.
I appreciate that, Mr. Caldwell.
Christ, Jensen, would it be so hard to call me Jerry? I really despise being called Mr. Caldwell.
I'll ask permission from Mrs. Plumb, sir. I'd hate to upset her. Mr. Caldwell gets a look on his face and nods. He glances around.
So how's she doing after,
I don't know what you mean, Mr. Caldwell, but I can say that Mrs. Plumb is a private person, so I'd rather not gossip.
Is she?
Is she private?
No, is she a person?
I purse my lips and try to look pleasant.
Crap, I've upset you. Sorry, Jensen, I'll drop it. You have a great day, okay?
You too, Mr. Caldwell. He tries to smile and walks off, heading back to his room. I make a mental note to get my plunger after I'm done cleaning room 24. That Mr. Caldwell either eats too much fiber or not enough. This'll be the third trip to his bathroom this week. I look down and see the line stretching from my belt to the door. That's right. I left the key in the lock. I take a step toward the door and start to turn the key.
Jensen! Oh, Mr. Jensen!
The high, happy voice must be from my second favorite guest. I pull the key from the lock, let it zip back to my belt, then turn and grin.
Hey there, Miss Belinda!
I wave, and she jogs across the parking lot to me.
You look lovely today, Miss Belinda. Well, thank you, Mr. Jensen,
she says when she reaches me. She waves a hand in front of her face.
A little warm to jog like that, don't you think? I'm not Annie Freed.
No, she is not. But she sure is close. I look at the bright blue sky and think about it. Is it too warm to jog like that? I'm not sure. I don't jog, really. I'll ask Annie Freed what she thinks.
So, I hear there's a vacancy,
Miss Belinda says. She's a lot younger than me, maybe the same age as Mr. Caldwell, although the two do not get along. Miss Belinda is pretty like that lady on that old show, Gilligan's Island. Not the movie star, but the farm girl. Pretty like that.
There is, yes.
I glance over my shoulder at the door to room 24.
As soon as I get it cleaned up. Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
She looks around, but I'm not sure what for. Then she gets in closer. A little closer than I like with guests. Kind of makes me uncomfortable if I'm being honest. Her hand goes to my shoulder.
I was wondering,
she says, then looks around again. I really need to ask Mrs. Plumb what everyone is always looking around for because they do it a lot.
I was wondering if I could switch rooms.
Is room 30 not to your liking, Miss Belinda?
No, the room is great. It's just...
More looking around.
That Jerry guy is in 229, and sometimes I look out my front window and can see him up there staring down at me.
Oh dear. That's not very polite of him, is it?
No, Mr. Jensen, it is not. If I could move to this one, well, he, and you know who I am referring to, won't be able to see my room anymore.
Yes, I know who you are referring to. You just said it was Jerry, Mr. Caldwell.
Did I? I suppose maybe I did. Anyway, do you think I can switch?
Oh, you really want this room? I ask, and point back at room 24. I don't think it's as nice as yours, Miss Belinda.
That may be true, but it would make me feel a lot better.
Do you want me to speak to Mr. Caldwell? I can ask him not to bother you no more. To stop looking down at your place.
No, please don't say a word to him. That could cause some trouble, and I don't want that.
She swallows hard.
We all know how Mrs. Plumb feels about trouble. Boy, do we.
I laugh, smacking my thigh.
She hates trouble.
Miss Belinda beams with that cute smile of hers.
So, do you think you could ask Mrs. Plumb for me?
Me? Why not ask her yourself? She likes you.
She does? Huh. I always get the feeling that I annoy her.
Oh no, not at all. She likes you.
And you think I should ask her myself?
Sure do. She's in her office now, if you want to head that way. It'll take me a bit to get the room cleaned, so you two will have plenty of time to work it all out." "Oh, that's wonderful to hear, Mr. Jensen. Thank you." "No, thank you, Miss Belinda." She gives my shoulder a squeeze, then hurries off toward the office. I sigh and watch her go. What a lovely woman. Then I return my attention to room 24. Time to get to work.
"Jensen!"
Oh dear me. I look for a place to hide. I actually think of jumping into my trash cart, even with all the refuse rotting in there, but he'll still find me. He always finds me. I take a deep breath and look to my right, toward room 21.
"Jensen!"
Mr. Amalfi bellows. The large man stomps toward me. His face is all red and splotchy. He gets that way when he's angry, and he's always angry. His big, meaty hands bunch into fists. "Hi, Mr. Amalfi," I say and take a step behind my trash cart, putting it between us. A sausage-sized finger aims at me.
"What did I say about the damn television?"
He roars, even though I can hear him just fine if he used a normal inside voice, despite us being outside.
"Huh? What did I say, Jensen?"
"Make sure that housekeeping doesn't change the channel even if the TV is off," I say, reciting back one of his many rules he has about his room. "I told them, sir. Well, I left a note. You know how it is with housekeeping. They left a note back, though, and said they never touched the television."
"That's the damn problem. Those useless women haven't dusted my TV in weeks. Weeks, Jensen."
"Right, but she said not to."
"Not to change the channel. I never said don't dust the damn thing. How will I watch my Columbo reruns with 6 inches of dust in my way?"
6 inches? That's a lot of dust.
"Are you sassing me, boy?"
He moves quickly and grabs the opposite side of my trash cart.
"People who sass me pay the price, Jensen. You better not be sassing me."
"No, sir, I don't sass. And sass is against Perkins' policy. Plus, sass is not my nature."
"Not your nature? Boy, the only nature you have is stupid. That's your nature."
I give him a polite smile and nod. His glare could melt steel. I just keep smiling and nodding.
"Cut that out,"
he barks, then glances at room 24.
"Who's moving in?"
"I don't know, sir. I haven't had a chance to clean it out yet."
"You don't know? Bullshit. You know but refuse to tell me. I'm going to have a word about this with Mrs. Plumb. What do you think about that?"
"Oh, she's probably talking to Miss Belinda, so you might want to wait."
"Wait? Ronaldo Amalfi never waits."
He shoves the trash cart against me, then turns on his heel and stomps off. That Mr. Amalfi is not a pleasant man, that's for sure. All right, let's clean a room. Finally, I am able to unlock the door and let myself into room 24. It's a mess, like usual. When Mrs. Plumb creates a vacancy, she doesn't hold back. Nope. She makes sure the guest is fully dispatched. That's what she calls it. Dispatching the guest. I don't really like the phrase. It feels mean? Well, maybe not mean because Mrs. Plumb is a very decent person, but it's not kind. Oh well, such is the way here at the Perkins. The first thing I see is the great splashes of blood coating the wall above the bed. The bed itself is a little drippy too. Not sure we can salvage the bedspread, but it was probably time for it to be replaced anyway. This particular guest had been here for several decades, so a new bedspread isn't out of the question. I'll have to ask Mrs. Plumb about that after I remove everything and take it to the dumpsters. A chair is in the corner, one leg broken, and one of the side lamps is shattered, its fragments resting at the bottom of the wall by the bathroom. Mrs. Plumb certainly went all in on the dispatching. The television has a crack in the screen, and the alarm clock is nothing but plastic and metal bits. I sigh. This doesn't look like the guest wanted to leave. I mean, they never want to check out of the Perkins. Who would? But the guest here was obviously quite difficult about it. Guests should know better. This guest seemed nice and smart. I can't say his name because we never say the names of the dispatched. Never. It's not how it works. But he was a good guy from what I could tell. I stripped the bed and wad up the soiled bedspread and sheets, tossing them out into the trash can.
"Hey, Jensen!"
Annie Freed, my absolute favorite guest, calls from the parking lot. She has her running shoes on and that bright pink and blue outfit she wears when she jogs.
"Getting my laps in!"
Hey, Annie Freed, got a vacancy, I call back.
Oh, wow. Been a while.
Then she's gone, jogging out of sight. A very nice young lady, that Annie Freed, lives in room 113, always so nice and friendly, and is really into physical fitness, loves to jog, which reminds me that I'm supposed to ask her something. What was it? Do you know people in my head? It had to do with... Hold on. What was that? Did the toilet just flush? No, that couldn't be. Who would flush it? I'm the only one in this room, other than the people in my head. But you don't ever need to use the facilities, do you? Water runs in the bathroom sink and I freeze. Oh dear, Mrs. Plumb is not going to be happy. Vacancies are taken very seriously at the Perkins. For someone to come into room 24 before I've had a chance to clean it and make it presentable for the new guest, well, that's not how it's done. I dread having to tell Mrs. Plumb. Just plain dread it. Hello? I call. Who's in here? The water shuts off and a shadow darkens the bathroom doorway. Oh, hey there, Jensen. How's it going? I blink a few times. Jensen? You okay, buddy? My mouth goes dry as I stare at the man. He's as much of a mess as the room is, all sliced up and bloody, strips of skin hanging off him like vines. I can even see a few teeth missing when he smiles at me. Jensen, what's wrong? I start to speak, but all that comes out is a quiet croak. Coughing hard, I clear my throat. Hey there, Mr. Sparks, I manage to finally say. You look... He waits, then asks. Yes, I look... Mr. Sparks, can I ask you a question? You bet, buddy. Shoot. I am just wondering, what are you doing here? My eyes go to the splashes of blood coating the wall, then return to him. You know, because of, getting dispatched? Mr. Sparks chuckles. Oh, Jensen, I won't let a little violent mutilation drive me off. I love the Perkins and plan on staying here for eternity. The Perkins is the best, don't you agree, Jensen? Oh, I certainly do, Mr. Sparks, I certainly do. Everyone knows that the Perkins is the best, yes, sir. I shuffle my feet. It's just that, well, once you are dispatched, you sort of have to leave. Mrs. Plumb might be checking in a new guest right now. If not, I know that Miss Belinda is talking to her about maybe switching rooms. Either way, I have to clean this room, and then I need to unclog Mr. Caldwell's toilet. And after that, we have the buffet, and I... Hold on, Jensen. Relax. Mr. Sparks holds up a hand. It's missing 2 fingers. Calm down, buddy. Mrs. Plumb can still check that new guest in. They just won't be able to stay in this room. And I'm sorry for Miss Belinda, because that Caldwell is an ass. But I'm not going anywhere. He waves his 3-fingered hand at the bed. Be a pal and get me some new bedding, will ya? Mrs. Plumb really did a number on me and, well, you saw what happened. I shake my head back and forth, back and forth. No, sir, I'm sorry, Mr. Sparks, but you have to leave. You've been dispatched. There's a vacancy. Nope to the dispatching. Yup to the vacancy. Tell that Mrs. Plumb to use room 33. It's been vacant for over a century, right? I gasp and put my hand to my chest. Room 33? Oh, no. That room is never to be occupied. You know that, Mr. Sparks. He shrugs. Then I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I'm not leaving. But... I stammer. Then I turn on my heels and run out of the room screaming, Mrs. P! Allow me to ruin the mood for just a second. You know that store-bought coffee sitting in your kitchen? It was roasted months ago, and every day it gets a little more lifeless. NoSleep coffee is different. We use specialty-grade beans, roast them to order, and ship them out fast. So what hits your cup is bold, rich, and terrifyingly fresh. Stop settling for stale coffee. Head to NoSleepCoffee.com and grab a bag roasted just days before it reaches your door. Be sure to use promo code NoSleep20 to get 20% off your first order. That's NoSleepCoffee.com, promo code NoSleep20. Part 2. Housekeeping. Hold your horses, Jensen. Mrs. Plumb snaps when I come rushing into the motel office, shouting about room 24.
I'm busy with guests.
Miss Belinda stands at the office desk, leaning as far away from Mr. Caldwell as possible, who is busy smirking at her in that Mr. Caldwell way that makes everyone uncomfortable. It even makes the people in my head uncomfortable. Right, people in my head? Very uncomfortable.
I know, Mrs. P, but there's an issue with room 24. What issue?
Miss Belinda asks.
I'm switching to that room. Mrs. Plumb and I were just discussing the issue. Discussing! I have yet to make a determination as to whether or not you shall switch rooms. It all depends on who our new guest is. About that new guest,
Mr. Caldwell says.
I'd like to make a request if I could.
He sneers at Miss Belinda, which makes me think of doing bad things to him. I never would, of course. Harming a guest is against policy.
A request? Since the current guests are too uptight to know how to have a little fun.
Mr. Caldwell continues.
What kind of choices are we looking at? Do you have a brochure or a binder with the candidates? I'd love to see some headshots and some body shots, if you know what I mean. Spice it up around here a bit. Mr. Caldwell?
Mrs. Plumb asks.
Yes, ma'am. Get out of my office now, please. I do not enjoy or condone what you are insinuating. You will leave now. You will also leave our young female guests alone. Hey now, no need to be all weird about things, Mrs. Plumb. I was just being inappropriate.
She smiles, and I force myself not to gasp. It's not her good smile. No, sir.
Although a guest has recently been dispatched, and the next dispatching isn't scheduled for quite some time, I can make an exception. Should I make an exception, Mr. Caldwell? No, ma'am.
He answers immediately and hurries to the office door.
I was only joking around anyway. You know that, right?
He looks to me.
Tell them, Jensen. I was just joking around. Sure, Mr. Caldwell. Whatever you say.
I reply, wringing my hands. I'm not good with confrontation. I mean, sometimes you people in my head can get a little spicy, as they say. But I know that you don't mean nothing by it.
Mr. Caldwell?
Mrs. Plumb says.
Right. Sorry again. I'll be on my way.
He leaves quickly.
Okay, Mrs. P, you have to...
I start to say.
Jensen, I am with a guest. Please wait for your turn. But Mrs. Plumb, like I said, there's a problem with room 24. Jensen, I will not warn you again. Step over to the wall and wait. Mr. Sparks is still occupying the room.
My words echo around the office. Mrs. Plumb narrows her eyes at me. Miss Belinda puts both hands to her mouth, her eyes wide with shock. I know how she feels. The silence in the office is thick with yuck. Do you feel it too, people in my head? I bet you do.
Speak, Jensen,
Mrs. Plumb says to me.
Okay, yes, speak.
I take a deep breath.
So, I was going to clean the room, but then Miss Belinda came up and we talked. Then Mr. Caldwell came up and we talked. Then Mr. Amalfi showed up and was angry about the dust on his TV. Did he ever come by? Anyway, doesn't matter. So, what about the dust on his TV?
Mrs. Plumb asks.
Do I need to have a word with housekeeping? Oh no, I have a whole note conversation going on with housekeeping. I'll leave another one. If they are not living up to the Perkins standards, then that is a problem, Jensen. You would alert me to any possible problems, right, Jensen? Oh, yes, of course, Mrs. P. But, like I was saying, Mr. Amalfi came up and we talked. Then I was able to get into the room.
I swallow hard.
I saw the mess and was going to clean it all up, but then the toilet flushed. The toilet flushed? Yes. Who flushed it? Mr. Sparks did. He hasn't vacated the room. You said that. I don't believe a word of it. Mr. Sparks was properly dispatched.
Miss Belinda shivers at the word dispatched, but Mrs. Plumb doesn't seem to notice and keeps on talking.
Once a guest has been dispatched, Jensen, they no longer exist. Not on this plane, not on any plane. I used to love flying on planes,
Miss Belinda says.
I am sure you did, dear,
Mrs. Plumb responds. Then she lets out a slow breath.
Jensen, what is this really about? Really about, Mrs. P? I don't follow. Obviously, you have an issue with cleaning room 24. Sounds to me like you procrastinated for some time, using conversations with guests as an excuse not to do your job. What?
Oh no, Mrs. P. That's not the case at all. Mr. Sparks is still in room 24. He's not looking so great, if I might say so, but he certainly has not been dispatched. Are you saying I don't know how to do my job?
I gasp and press myself against the wall.
No, Mrs. P. I'd never say anything of the sort. Then why make something like this up? I didn't make it up, gosh darn it!
Miss Belinda's eyebrows shoot up at my use of profanity. Mrs. Plumb only shakes her head.
Go clean the room, Jensen. I do not know what your intention was with this little interaction, but we'll discuss it later.
She smiles at Miss Belinda.
After our guest and I finish conducting our business.
I could keep arguing. I should keep arguing. But Mrs. Plumb sure seems to have made up her mind, which gets me to wondering if maybe I'm mistaken after all. Mr. Sparks was dispatched by Mrs. Plumb. There's no way he's still in room 24. That just isn't possible.
Sorry for bothering you, Mrs. P.
I say and bow my head as I walk to the office door.
Same to you, Miss Belinda. I'll go clean the room now.
Mrs. Plumb doesn't even acknowledge my leaving the office, which I probably deserve, having interrupted her dealings with Miss Belinda.
My fault, I mutter. Right? It's my fault.
You don't have to answer that, people in my head. It's what they call a rhetorical question. I cross the parking lot and hurry down the cement walkway, aimed straight for room 24, when a scream gets my attention. I see Miss Wanamaker backing out of the doorway of room 24.
Oh no! Miss Wanamaker, what have you done?
I shout and run as fast as I can down the cement walkway until I reach her. She is shaking and crying.
What happened? Why is he like that?
She whispers when I reach her.
Hey, come on now, Babs. It's me, Charlie Sparks. We've been practically neighbors forever now.
Mr. Sparks says as he steps into the doorway. Then he sees me and smiles.
Hey, Jensen, you get my fresh bedding, buddy?
No, sir. I didn't,
I don't know what to say. If you people in my head want to chime in, go for it.
Someone needs to tell Mrs. Plumb,
Miss Wanamaker says.
I did. Okay, good. Is she on her way? Not exactly.
Mr. Sparks laughs.
She didn't believe you, did she, buddy?
I shake my head.
Typical Plumb. Oh well, she'll come around soon. It's not like she can fill the room if it isn't vacant.
He sneezes, and a strip of skin plops off onto the cement.
Bless you,
I say. Miss Wanamaker screams and runs to her room, slamming the door behind her so hard, I worry I'll have to check the frame for cracks. Mr. Sparks and I stand awkwardly for a minute.
Do you mind if I continue cleaning?
I ask.
Go for it, buddy. Someone's got to fix this mess of a room. Thanks.
Then I look around for my trash cart.
Where'd my... Cooper.
Mr. Sparks says. My shoulders slump.
Are you sure? Pretty sure. Watched him grab it and roll away laughing. Why were you laughing? No, buddy. He was laughing. Cooper was. Oh, right.
I sigh and look toward the end of the Perkins.
I'll be right back. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, and that's the problem. But I don't dare say that. That thought is just for you, people in my head. I walk down to the far end of the motel, climb the stairs, then stop at room 329. Taking a deep breath, I knock.
No!
A gruff voice shouts.
Mr. Cooper, it's Jensen.
No response. I take another deep breath.
I need my trash cart, please.
You can't have it, you boob!
Mr. Cooper shouts.
Go away!
I can't go away, sir. I need to clean a room.
The door jerks open, and a middle-aged man wearing only boxer shorts and a t-shirt that reads, "Hell is a state of mind, and I'm the governor."
What did you say?
He snarls.
I need my trash cart, sir. After that. After what? After you said you needed your trash cart. Why do you need your trash cart? I need to clean room 24. That's where the trash cart was when I took it. I know. I left it there. But room 24 isn't vacant. I saw that Sparks guy in there. He didn't look so hot. He was dispatched. By who? A blind juggler using chainsaws? No. By Mrs. Plumb. It, didn't take. No shit.
I stand and wait while Mr. Cooper eyes me.
May I have my trash cart back, please?
I try to look past him into his room, but he shifts and blocks my view.
I don't have your damn trash cart.
Oh, do you know where it is?
Of course I do. I told you I took it, you stupid boob.
Mr. Cooper can't be quite mean when he wants to, and he seems to want to a lot. Can you tell me where the cart is, please, Mr. Cooper? Mrs. Plumb is going to be pretty darn cross with me if I don't keep cleaning room 24.
How you gonna clean a room that isn't vacant, huh? You think of that?
Oh, as you people in my head all know, I have thought about that. A lot. But I'm not getting into this with him. Mr. Cooper growls, hawks up a loogie, and tries to spit it past my shoulder and out onto the walkway. He misses. I choose not to look at my right shoulder.
Fine. I'll tell you since you won't go away, you stupid boob.
Mr. Cooper shouts.
I fed it to room 330. You happy now?
While I suspected guests might be listening to our conversation, since it is quite a loud conversation, especially from Mr. Cooper's side, it's the collective gasp I hear that confirms the eavesdropping. The man grins at the attention.
Yep, you heard me right. I fed the whole damn cart to room 330, except for that bloody bedspread. I'm keeping that, you hear me?
I gulp and try to come to grips with what he's told me.
You fed my trash cart to room 330? Why? Because none of you boobs ever feed that damn void. All night and all day I hear that rumbling emptiness. It's hard to sleep or watch my donkey porn when all I can hear is moan, rumble, grumble, moan, rumble, grumble. Would it kill you boobs to feed it regularly?
Mr. Cooper has a point. I wish he didn't, but he does.
My apologies, Mr. Cooper. I didn't know it was disturbing you so.
I lean back and turn to look at room 330.
When you say you fed it? Oh, that cart's gone, kid. Gone for good. Unless you want to go spelunking into the void, you can forget about that trash cart.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Not for me. I got a bloody bedspread, and hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep without that damn room bitching and moaning.
He slams the door in my face.
Okay then. Goodbye, Mr. Cooper. Thank you.
I say to the closed door. I give room 330 a last look, then hurry downstairs. I have to sneak my way around the back of the Perkins to get to the supply room that connects behind the main office. I'm sneaking because if Mrs. Plumb finds out that I lost a trash cart, well, she will not be pleased with me, to say the least. Finding my spare, which has a bad wheel and smells of 20-year-old Axe body spray and even older moldy gym shorts, I ease it out of the supply room, then hurry back around the Perkins until I'm in the parking lot once more. I pause and look toward the office, but I don't see an angry Mrs. P come roaring after me. So I push the cart over to room 24.
That Cooper is a piece of work, right?
Mr. Sparks says when I roll the spare cart up to open his door. He frowns.
Where's your other cart?
You let Mr. Cooper take it,
I reply with a little attitude. I instantly feel bad about it.
Sorry, Mr. Sparks. Didn't mean to get upset. It's all good, buddy. Don't sweat it.
I smile and give him an apologetic nod. Then I start in on cleaning up the broken lamp and the cracked TV and the decimated alarm clock.
When I open the closet, Mr. Sparks grabs me with a blood-tacky hand. Hold up now, Jensen. Sorry, Mr. Sparks, but Mrs. Plumb says I have to clean the room. That means removing all of your personal belongings.
To hell with that. Permission rescinded, Jensen.
You may leave now. But Mr. Sparks, Mrs. Plumb said for me.
Don't care. Get out.
Man, some people can just be difficult. Not you people in my head. No, you are all wonderful, delightful folks. Reluctantly, I leave room 24 and roll the spare cart off the cement sidewalk and across the parking lot. At least I can empty the little bit I was able to clean up.
Jensen!
Mrs. Plumb shouts. I turn around and see her storming toward me.
Yes, Mrs. P? Where do you think you're going? I can tell that the cart is not full. Why is it not full if you just cleaned out room 24?
Mr. Sparks wouldn't let me take his personal belongings.
Wouldn't let you? Wouldn't let you? Need I remind you that he is no longer a guest here at the Perkins? He has been dispatched.
I start to agree with her because that's the safest thing to do. But then I look inside my backup trash cart and see what little trash I was able to take from room 24.
I'm sorry, Mrs. P, but you are wrong. Mr. Sparks has not been dispatched. And if you would go to his room and look for yourself, you'd see that I am right. Her eyes go wide, and she takes a step back.
That sounds like sass. And we have a no sass policy here at the Perkins, Jenkins. You know that.
It's not sass, ma'am. It's the truth. I aim my chin at room 24. Go see for yourself, please. If I'm wrong, I'll willingly take any punishment I deserve.
You certainly will, Jensen. You certainly will.
She glares at me, then turns to face the room.
All right. Let's see about this. If he is not in that room, Jensen, things will not go well for you.
I understand, Mrs. P, but he's in there. She sniffs loudly, then stomps toward room 24. I look about and see faces duck behind curtains in several rooms. It's quite a show this evening at the Perkins, quite a show indeed. Whistling some tune I heard in my head one day, I walk the cart around the east side of the Perkins and over to the pair of dumpsters sitting behind a broken fence and collapsed gate. I really should fix this fence and gate, but I just can't seem to find the time. The dumpsters are overflowing, and I have to be careful to place all the trash from room 24 on top of the precarious piles. A mumble comes from inside the left dumpster, then a loud belch, and the trash shifts violently, spilling several items out onto the ground. I hurriedly toss the bits back up onto the pile, then almost run away with my spare trash cart. It's never a good idea to wake a sleeping dumpster. I learned that the hard way once. Back in the parking lot, I stand and look about, unsure what to do next. I mean, I have plenty of work. I'm simply not sure where to start.
Jensen!
Oh, right, room 24 and Mrs. Plumb. I roll my spare trash cart that way, having to stop several times to kick the bad wheel back into place. I'll add fixing the wheel to my list of tasks.
Jensen, you are lucky that you have a role to play here at the Perkins, or I would put you out on your behind this very instant.
Mrs. Plumb shouts at me.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Plumb, but why would I be put out on my behind?
Because, like I told you, Mr. Sparks has been dispatched. He is not in that room, Jensen, and I am not pleased with how you have wasted my time.
She storms off before I can reply. I glance into the room, still a mess, still very bloody, but I don't see Mr. Sparks anywhere. Okay, people in my head, you have to be honest with me. Did I imagine Mr. Sparks still being here? You'd tell me if I did imagine him, right?
Okay, where do I start?
I say out loud as I turn in a circle and assess all the damage.
Probably should wash the blood off the walls first.
Hey, Jensen, that you?
I scream and jump, looking about for the source of the voice.
Mr. Sparks?
Is she gone?
Yes.
Okay, good.
The bed shifts, the mattress lifts, and Mr. Sparks comes crawling out of the frame. He's not graceful about it and leaves a few strips of skin behind before he collapses onto the bloody floor. He laughs and looks up at me.
Man, I thought she was going to find me for sure.
Mr. Sparks, hiding from Mrs. Plumb isn't going to work. She will find you eventually because a new guest will be staying in this room. What will you do then? Keep hiding under the bed?
Technically, buddy, I'd be hiding inside the bed since it's a closed frame.
I don't believe that will make much difference in the long run, Mr. Sparks.
He rolls his eyes.
No, I suppose it won't. But a guy has to try.
He holds out a hand, the one with 3 fingers.
Help a guy up?
Sure.
I try not to cringe when I grasp his mangled hand. Pulling hard, I help him to his feet. He stares at the blood on the wall above the bed.
She really did a number on me, didn't she?
He asks, but I don't answer. It's one of those rhetorical questions, like I talked to you people in my head about before.
Right, Jensen?
Oh dear, maybe it isn't rhetorical.
Right about what, Mr. Sparks?
That Mrs. Plumb did a number on me.
He waves his 3-fingered hand in my face, then taps a strip of skin dangling from his neck.
She just went to town. Is it always like this when she dispatches someone?
I guess so. I don't see the actual dispatching. I only clean up afterwards.
But is there all this blood and violence?
Most definitely. I've seen rooms 10 times worse than this.
Seriously? Damn.
There's a knock at the door, and we both turn to see Miss Belinda standing in the open doorway.
Oh, wow, Jensen. You weren't kidding. He did refuse to be dispatched,
she says, stepping into the room. Surprisingly, she closes the door behind her.
How'd you do it, Charlie? How'd you stop her from dispatching you? Oh, it was simple, really,
Mr. Sparks says, then frowns. He cocks his head and narrows his eyes.
I think it was. Huh, you know what? I don't actually remember how I avoided getting dispatched. Well, that's not good,
Miss Belinda says.
You should remember something as important as that. I know, right?
Mr. Sparks chuckles and glances at the bathroom.
She came into my room, told me it was time to leave, and I told her to kiss my ass because I'm not checking out. We never check out,
Miss Belinda says.
Exactly, and that's what I said. She didn't care because she said I wasn't checking out. I was being dispatched.
He swallows, and I can see his esophagus through a hole in his neck.
Then it got really nasty, and the next thing I knew, I woke up in the bathtub. The bathtub? Let me see,
Miss Belinda says.
Maybe there's a clue in there that we can...
The door bursts open, and Mrs. Plumb is standing there.
I knew it!
She yells, a machete in her hand.
I knew you were hiding! I could smell your fear! Mrs. P, is that my machete? Please be careful with that. It's my last one. Mrs. Deckwood broke my spare when she attacked Mr.
Hush, Jensen! This is important Perkins business.
Yes, ma'am.
She points the machete at Mr. Sparks.
You are coming with me!
I am going to have to decline that invitation,
Mr. Sparks says. He pushes me away and tries to lift the mattress.
I'll be in here. I will not go willingly. Just try to get me out to dispatch me.
Dispatch you? Oh, we are well past that point, Mr. Sparks.
Mrs. Plumb says with a laugh. Then she looks at Miss Belinda.
Your request to move rooms has been denied. Please return to your forever and permanent room now, Miss Belinda.
Miss Belinda doesn't argue. She does look very sad and disappointed, though. That was awful mean of Mrs. Plumb to deny Miss Belinda's request like that. I try to catch her eye and wave, but Miss Belinda keeps her head down and squeezes past Mrs. Plumb. The machete aims at Mr. Sparks as he clumsily tries to lift the mattress up so he can hide inside the bed. Although it can't really be called hiding if we all know where he is. What do you think, people in my head? Is it hiding or not?
Stop that, you fool! Hiding in there will not stop what is going to happen to you.
Mrs. Plumb leans out of the room and looks to her left.
Housekeeping!
Oh, come on!
Mr. Sparks shouts, still struggling with the mattress.
Do you have to call those crazy? Ah!
6 women wrapped in soiled bed sheets from head to toe race into the room and grab Mr. Sparks by his arms, by his legs, by his crotch area, and lift him over their heads. He screams and thrashes and cries the whole time, but I know he's just wasting his time and energy. When housekeeping has a hold of you, you go where they take you. That's just Perkins' policy. They carry him out the door and off to the right. His screams echo across the parking lot, and I know doors are opening and heads are sticking out to see what the commotion is.
That was awful,
I whisper.
You, Jensen.
Mrs. Plumb turns the machete in my direction. I cringe and draw away.
Oh, stop that. I'm not going to harm you.
You're not?
No, you fool.
I want to apologize for not believing you earlier.
My face twitches at those words. I'm not sure I've ever heard an apology from Mrs. Plumb before. Have you, people in my head? Oh, what am I saying? If I haven't heard it, then you haven't heard it. That may not be Perkins' policy, but it is science. I know that much.
Well, aren't you going to say something?
Mrs. Plumb asks, waving the machete about.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. P. I appreciate that. Good.
She turns on her heels and aims the machete out toward the parking lot.
Come along, Jensen. Time to visit room 330. Mr. Sparks now has an appointment with the Void.
She walks off like a general going to war, leaving me to stand there with my mouth hanging open. I slowly close it and shout,
We're going where and doing what with Mr. Sparks?
Part 3. Meet the Void. I run out of room 24, trying to get to Mrs. Plumb before she does something truly awful.
Mrs. P! Mrs. P! You can't take Mr. Sparks to room 330!
She's about 10 yards in front of me, walking across the parking lot down toward Building 3 and room 330. Guests are at doors, at windows, standing along railings, watching this all play out. It's quite a show if I do say so myself. An awful show that I wish I wasn't a part of, but still quite a show. I mean, you have housekeeping carrying a screaming and pleading Mr. Sparks over their soiled, sheet-wrapped heads. Then there's Mrs. Plumb with her machete, looking a little out of sorts, if I'm being honest.
as she waves the blade around, and me, shouting and chasing after everyone, hoping to halt this nightmare.
And why can't I take him to room 330, Jensen?
Mrs. Plumb snaps at me.
Because it's against Perkins' policy, Mrs. P. No guests are to be taken to room 330, ever. It's, occupied.
No, Jensen. Technically, it is a vacant room, and as manager of the Perkins, I am allowed to reassign guests' room assignments as I see fit.
She stabs the machete in my direction, and I jump back even though she's still several feet away. Mrs. Plumb is very scary with that thing.
Also, if we are being technical, Mr. Sparks no longer qualifies as a guest since he was dispatched. But he wasn't! He's right there!
I point at the screaming man being held aloft by the horrible housekeepers. It's why I try to only communicate with them by note. They really creep me out, and that's saying a lot considering the nature of the Perkins.
No, Jensen, I dispatched him. If it didn't work, that's on him, not me. I am very good at my job. You're not saying otherwise, are you, Jensen?
No, Mrs. P, not at all. It's just...
I watch housekeeping carry Mr. Sparks to Building 3's stairs and start up to the second floor. They have to get upstairs, then walk the entire length of the building before they reach room 330, which means that I still have time to save Mr. Sparks.
Just what, Jensen?
It's just that this feels cruel.
There are a few hushed gasps from the guests watching us. I'm walking a fine line, talking to Mrs. Plumb this way.
And cruelty isn't what the Perkins is about.
Mrs. Plumb smiles and, no sir, I don't like it.
Are you certain of that, Jensen? There is a reason I am the manager and you are not. Sometimes, cruelty is needed to keep this place running.
Her grin becomes a sneer, which is more like Mrs. Plumb and helps me relax a bit.
If you had your way, Jensen, no one would ever be dispatched. They'd live here forever and ever.
Yes, that would be wonderful. No dispatching. That would be great.
But where would we put them all, Jensen? Will people stop coming here, looking to be guests of the Perkins? I highly doubt it. That would mean guests will have to voluntarily check out, and we know that will not happen. No one ever checks out of the Perkins willingly.
I know, Mrs. P, but
what?
I shake my head. It's all so confusing. She isn't wrong, but at the same time, she isn't right. I would love for everyone to stay at the Perkins forever and ever, but there are only so many rooms, and I know a new guest is already on their way. I can feel it. Can't you, people in my head? I know you can. Mrs. Plumb sighs.
You have to be realistic, Jensen. You can't save everyone. Mr. Sparks was next on the list to be dispatched. I don't make the list. The Perkins does. As manager, I must follow that list and do the dirty work of dispatching guests. That is part of my job. Would you rather do it, Jensen? Would you rather be the one to dispatch guests? No, Mrs. P.
I whisper.
What's that? Speak up.
No, Mrs. P.
I say louder.
I don't want to be the one dispatching guests.
Which leaves it to me now, doesn't it?
Yes, I suppose it does.
I am glad you finally agree. Now, hurry up there and get room 330's door unlocked. I don't dare allow housekeeping to set that man down, which is what will happen if you don't get there first.
Me, Mrs. P? Unlock room 330?
Stop making me repeat myself, Jensen.
Sorry, Mrs. P.
I look up at the second floor of Building 3. Housekeeping is halfway down the walkway. Oh, dear, I'd better hurry. I sprint the rest of the way across the parking lot and hurry up the stairs. I notice a candy bar wrapper on one of the steps and almost pause to pick it up, since that's my job. But I catch myself and keep hurrying up the stairs.
Excuse me, pardon me,
I shout as I try to squeeze past housekeeping. It's such a tight squeeze that they almost knock me over the railing, which would be bad. That parking lot is hard, and my head and body are soft. I'd lose that conflict for sure.
Jensen! Jensen! Help me, buddy! You gotta help me!
Mr. Sparks screams as I get in front of housekeeping and head straight for room 330's door.
Come on, Jensen, do something! Don't let them feed me to the void!
Sorry, Mr. Sparks, but there's not much I can do at this point.
I shrug my shoulders.
You probably should have cooperated when you were dispatched.
Cooperated? What does that even mean? The old bat wanted to evict me from the Perkins by killing me! Why would I cooperate with that?
It's a good question. Don't you think it's a good question, people in my head? But it's not my question to answer. At the end of the day, I just work here.
Hey, what the hell is all this racket?
Mr. Cooper yells after yanking his door wide open. A quick, unfortunate glance tells me he isn't wearing boxers anymore. But he still does have his "hell is a state of mind and I'm the governor" t-shirt on. So that's a minor blessing as long as I keep my eyes aimed upward.
Cooper, buddy, you have to get me out of this mess, man. Knock the shit out of one of those housekeepers and hide me in your room. You won't be hiding if everyone knows you're in my damn room, you stupid boob.
Mr. Cooper shouts and then slams the door. Then he opens it right back up.
Hold the hell on. No one told me what the hell is going on.
We have to throw Mr. Sparks into the void because he refuses to be dispatched,
I say.
Oh? Well, that sounds like a great idea. Fill that void so I can get even more sleep. Cooper, come on, buddy, help a pal out.
Mr. Sparks screams.
You ain't my pal, you boob.
Mr. Cooper slams his door closed again. Then he yanks it back open.
Hold on, I want to watch.
Taking a deep breath, I pull my keys from my belt. I can't help but smile at the sound the line makes when it unwinds, but my smile drops as I slip the key into the lock and turn it. Housekeeping is stopped right behind me. It's a tight fit. I can feel their nasty, soiled sheets brushing against my back.
Open it, Jensen.
Mrs. Plumb calls out. I glance to my left and see her coming straight for us.
Did you hear me? Open it! No, Jensen, don't open it!
Mr. Sparks cries. Housekeeping doesn't have an opinion. Mr. Cooper does.
Yeah, open it, Jensen. Toss that worthless boob into the void.
I pull the key out of the lock. Zip! And my hand touches the doorknob.
Leave him alone!
Someone shouts from their room.
Throw it in!
Someone else shouts.
Void, void, void!
A third guest chants. Others soon join in. A few guests are shouting for Mr. Sparks to be let go, but they are drowned out by the majority calling for him to be tossed into the void. I didn't think it was such a bloodthirsty crowd here at the Perkins, but considering the policies we live by, I shouldn't be too surprised. Thirsts must be quenched after all. That's what Mrs. Plumb says. I turn the knob and shove the door open. A gaping bunch of nothing faces us. And by nothing, I literally mean nothing. There's no room, no furniture, no TV, nothing. There isn't even black. It's not like I'm staring into a room with no light. That would still be seeing something. Nope. This is like looking at absolutely nothing. It's a blank space in my mind. Do you see it too, people in my head? Can you see the nothing? Oh, what am I even saying? Of course you can't see it. It's nothing. Silly me.
Yep, that's the void, all right.
Mr. Cooper says.
Move!
Mrs. Plumb orders and shoves Mr. Cooper out of the way with her machete. He gasps and jumps back, his hand to his arm.
Oh, quit being such a baby. It was only a little nick.
I see blood pouring out from between Mr. Cooper's fingers. That was more than a little nick Mrs. Plumb gave him.
Oh, wow. Don't want to waste this, do I?
Mr. Cooper says and retreats back to his room.
You boobs have fun tossing that other boob into the void.
Fun? Why would he think this is fun? Do you think this is fun, people in my head? I don't. Mr. Sparks doesn't deserve this. He was a good man, I think. Maybe not. Hard to tell sometimes.
I know what you're thinking, Jensen.
Mrs. Plumb says.
That he doesn't deserve this. Well, you're wrong. It is his turn to be dispatched so that you can bring forth a new guest. You want that, don't you, Jensen?
I think so,
I reply, my eyes still trying to find something, anything, to lock onto in the void. There's just so much nothing. I finally look away and back at Mrs. Plumb, who is squeezed in next to the housekeepers and the still crying and pleading. And did he pee himself? Yes, it appears he has. The crying and pleading and urinating Mr. Sparks.
Please stop! I don't deserve the void, I don't!
Mr. Sparks cries.
Set him down!
Mrs. Plumb orders. Housekeeping growls.
I said to set him down!
The tone in her voice is sharp and dangerous, kind of like her machete. Housekeeping sets Mr. Sparks down, and he immediately tries to crawl away. Mrs. Plumb puts the tip of her machete against the back of his neck. He freezes in place.
Jensen, I am going to leave the honors to you,
she says, smiling at me. I went to an aquarium once, not sure when, since I've always lived here at the Perkins. But I know I did,
because I remember the sharks they had there. They smiled then, like Mrs. Plumb smiles now.
Honors, Mrs. P?
I ask.
You will be the one to fling this policy breaker into the void. Me, Mrs. P? Stop that with the questions. Sorry, Mrs. P.
I scratch my neck and frown down at Mr. Sparks.
Do I have to? Well, someone is going into the void. Who would you like it to be?
She removes the machete from the back of Mr. Sparks' neck. She aims it at Housekeeping, and they shrink back, pressing their nasty, soiled, sheeted bodies against the railing.
Them? Shall we give the housekeepers to the void?
I look at them, and they all shake their shrouded heads.
I'd rather not, Mrs. P.
I stare back at the void. I look away quickly.
Why does anyone have to go into the void? Policy!
She roars.
The door is open. The void is hungry and waiting. Someone goes in there, or I push you in, Jensen. Make your choice, now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sparks. I truly am.
I say.
If you were sorry, buddy, you'd pick someone else. How about one of the losers in Building 1? They all suck. I mean, like, really suck. Did you know that Herb eats his own boogers? And the ones he doesn't eat, he flicks into the buffet?
No, I don't.
A voice calls out from the parking lot. That's when I realize that all the guests have left their rooms and their floors and have all gathered below us in the parking lot. I can see most of them through the railing. There's Mr. Caldwell and Mr. Amalfi. Mr. Robinson is standing next to Annie Freed.
Hi, Annie Freed.
I call and wave. She waves back. There's also Miss Belinda and Miss Wanamaker. None of them look like they're in a volunteering to leap into the void mood. I don't blame them. I doubt you do either, people in my head.
Again, I am truly sorry, Mr. Sparks.
I say and reach down to grab him by the shoulders. He scurries away, but doesn't go far. There's no staircase on this end of the building, so all he can do is press himself against the walkway's end railing. He even sticks an arm through the rails, trying to see if he can fit. I suppose he'd just fling himself off this floor if he could, but he's a grown man and will not fit through those railings, obviously.
If it's any consolation, Mr. Sparks,
I say to him as he cowers with his back to the railing.
You're already pretty torn up. And you know folks don't heal here at the Perkins. Going into the void is most likely your best option. All those skin flaps are gonna just rot and fall off, and I doubt you'll want to live like that. Yeah, gonna disagree with you, buddy,
he replies.
I'll live with the rotting skin flaps if it means I get to live.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Mrs. Plumb shouts.
Pick his ass up and throw him into the void, Jensen. Do it now. Do it now.
Someone in the crowd below shouts. Soon, the whole group is chanting it.
Do it now! Do it now! Do it now!
Oh, all this pressure makes my head hurt, and there is only one way to relieve this pressure.
Mr. Sparks, I don't want to drag you into the void, but I will if I have to.
I tap my head.
I have too many people up here, sir, and I need to let one of them out. You were supposed to be dispatched, and that would have left a vacancy for the new guest. Now I have to live with the pressure of the guest wanting out, but with nowhere to go.
I take a deep breath and stand up tall.
I will not lose my head for you, Mr. Sparks. Crawl into the void, or I will throw you in. I am sorry.
The crowd below cheers wildly. Mrs. Plumb smiles at me, very happy. The housekeepers slowly slip away, and I don't blame them. If this goes sideways, Mrs. Plumb will make me toss one of them into the void.
Then you're gonna have to throw me, buddy,
Mr. Sparks says defiantly.
I'm not going into that nightmare willingly, I can tell you. Hey, what are you doing? Let go of me!
I have him by the ankles, and I drag him to the doorway.
Stop it! Damn you, Jensen! I said to stop it!
I don't stop it. I drag and drag. He tries to grip the railing, but he only has 3 fingers on one hand, and Mrs. Plumb happily lops off the other hand at the wrist with her machete. Mr. Sparks screams and kicks at me, but he's in too much pain for the kicks to be very hard.
No, 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 no!
He wails once I have him right up next to the doorway.
Don't do this, buddy! Don't! Do it now! Do it now!
The crowd below shouts.
Sorry,
I say, and use all of my strength to fling him into the void. He goes head first, screeching the whole way. Then the screeching stops, and there is pure silence.
I think he's gone now,
I say to Mrs. Plumb.
Good, Jensen. Very good.
She pats me on the shoulder with the flat of the machete blade.
You know what to do now?
I certainly do.
I say and reach up to my scalp. Slowly, I prod for the scars, the points where the sutures went in.
My fingers work into my skin, my nails digging through my flesh. All I have to do is get this skin away, then I can crack open my skull and pull one of you lovely people out. Isn't that exciting? One of you can be a new guest. I keep digging and then pulling and then bleeding. A lot. The blood runs into my eyes, making it hard to see.
Am I doing it right, Mrs. P?
I call out.
Mrs. P? Can you look in my head and see if the new guest is there, please?
But when I turn around, she's not there. Or not close enough for me to make out with all of this blood in my eyes. Then I hear her cackling as she runs around the corner of the hallway. The others are still shouting, but they aren't below me anymore. They're all standing in the middle of the hallway, their fists raised as they keep chanting.
Do it now! Do it now! Do it now!
An alarm blares.
What is this?
I whisper. Using my shoulder to wipe my eyes, I turn and look at the door to room 330. It's not a door, though. It's a laundry chute. A laundry chute with a whole lot of blood dripping from the edge. I lean in and can just barely see Mr. Sparks stuck halfway down. Boy, his body sure looks messed up. Should his neck be at that angle? I'm asking you, people in my head. Anyone? Hands grab me and pull my arms down to my sides. I thrash against them, baring my teeth and growling like a wild animal. How dare they stop me from producing a new guest? How dare they?
Damn it! He just killed another patient and is trying to rip his head open again!
A man yells.
Chill out, Jensen!
Another man shouts in my ears.
We're saving your damn life!
I swear, every time this guy gets near that Plumb woman, this shit happens. They need to keep them separate. That would mean making a policy. And you know how much the administration here at Perkins hates making policies. Yeah, well, a place called Perkins Institute for the Criminally Insane could use a few more policies, if you ask me, the lazy bastards. Must be nice to be a doctor. I wouldn't know, but it sure sucks being an orderly here, I can tell you that.
Let me go! Let me go! I have to open up and let the next guest out of my head! I have to set them free! There's a vacancy! There's a vacancy!
I scream and thrash against their grip.
Mrs. P! Mrs. P! Help me!
Plumb is already back in her cell, Jensen. Just calm down and... Oof! Damn it, Cooper! Hey, you boobs! Eat my ass! You'll never catch me!
Can someone help me chase down Cooper before he makes this worse?
One pair of hands disappears, and that's their mistake. Now I can really rip my head open and set the new guest free. Welcome to the Perkins. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the story, be sure to follow or subscribe and share the show with a fellow horror fan. I'll see you in the next one.